Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man, at your sorcery service. Saucy and sorcery. Bit of witchcraftery coming your way now. Yes, I've been stirring the broth in my cauldron. Hubble, bubble, toil, and indeed trouble. Because trouble is never too far away from us, is it, son? No. Yeah, another mask arrived today. And it's a mask from Ghoulish Productions. But it's a bit of an unusual one for me. It's a bit of a mystery one again. And you know how much I love Ghoulish Productions. They're awesome stuff. They're lifelike sculpts. They're that kind of finishing touch of that glistening veneer on the teeth, the lips, the eyes, the blood, if there is any, which gives it that kind of like, whoa, spooky vitality and inner energy and zest. But this one, I saw it and I thought, ooh, looks good that, I'll have that. Now, we're not talking any kind of high-end deluxe mask here, we're talking a bit of a simpler mask. And when it turned up, it came up, before I show you the mask, I'm going to show you the label. Now, there's a very, very simple label. I think you'll agree. Halloween! And then tucked away down there is Ghoulish Productions. On the back we have Ghoulish Productions. And the little stamp across here, Witch. It's just a witch. Now, I genuinely don't know if this is like an old mask which has found its way to me by some kind of witchcraftery, who knows. But some occult delivery service, I don't know, because that's not normally a label from Ghoulish Productions, so it seems kind of like very vintage, very old. And indeed, when you look at the mask itself, the mask is not a deluxe overhead mask. It's, I would say, a 3/4 mask, but it's a witch, and I like witches. I'm fascinated by them. I have a ton of literature on these guys and gals, witches, warlocks, and superstitious folklore about people with gifts, as Stephen King would call it, The Shining. But I love the whole thing, the mystery, the menace, the Hansel and Gretel thing, the Snow White, the Sleeping Beauty, all of that. And it's funny how in the Disney movies, the witch was very often a very beautiful figure. Maleficent, is a gorgeous girl. But in Snow White, it's an old hag, of course. And we are so invested in this image of the old hag being the witch. And yet, the ones who are going to really sucker you in, they're going to be sultry, they're going to be attractive. They're going to look at the wolf witch that lures in Conan the Barbarian. Oh my God, who wouldn't fall for her? I digress. Let's go on to the mask itself. Here she is, from Ghoulish Productions. Witch, just called Witch. Has the cowl on, this kind of impish elven sort of hood, bonnet thing. Some sort of gypsy style studs in the ears there. In both ears. As you can hear, Goblin is now hissing out Witch, Witch from their eternally fabulous score for Dario Argento's Suspiria. One of the best witch movies ever made. But look at this crone. Look at this. I do adore this concept of the witch, that the old hag in the woods. It's of yore, it's of folklore. But if this kind of creature really had those powers, you wouldn't look like that. You'd be fucking adorable. You'd be an absolute goddess, wouldn't you? Of course you would. You'd transform that, for one thing. You get your tongue back in your gob, you put some more teeth, you get this anus off your chin, the forehead testicles be removed, the whole facial scrotum, would be would be removed. You wouldn't be this hideous old bitch. But then again, therein lies the mystery. They are reduced to this because they're using their powers and they're wearing themselves down all the time in their endless craving for wealth and power. It destroys them. And that's the whole moral crux of it all, isn't it? The yin and yang of these powers. But back to the mask. It does not have these black eyes. I've got bags shoved in there. And I had to put them in because when this turned up, yeah, sadly it had been kind of crunched up a little bit, so it was a bit stoved in on one side. I expect that, I can live with that. It's not a major problem. But as you can see, this is not the full overhead deluxe. It's an overhead mask, but it does not come down the back of the neck. You've got a little bit of a gappage taking place here. Now, it does say made in Mexico down there. Now, I've had a look and I cannot see anywhere stamped on it on the outside anyway of Ghoulish Productions. I can't see their logo anywhere. Oftentimes it's behind the ears, somewhere secreted around about there. Look at that, looks like one of the seven dwarfs there. But it is Ghoulish Productions. You can tell by the sculpt is exquisite. The veneer on the warts, I hope you're picking that up, and on the tongue you've got that glisten there, and you have got that sort of real warty life to it. Look at it. It's got that haggard, expression of inner depravity and luring people in to despicable things, and it's great. Where it loses, I think, is, well, okay, we're gonna have a look at this. Look at the hair. The hair is just sculpted in, and it doesn't look up close. It doesn't look that great, I don't think. The paintwork and the edging is not as crisp and pristine as it could be. Look at the cowl itself. Actually, look on this, looking back at the lens there, I'm seeing it looks great, but in actual fact, no, it's not that clearly delineated. It's okay. It's not to the standard I would expect. But the skin, the warty nature, the texture, the shading, the different, there's a lot of contours and variation in the warts, the lumps, the whole countenance, that hooked nose, the tongue, the hodgepodge of teeth. Well, what have you got? You've got two. She's got two. And this huge pustular, cancerous, melanoma on this chin scrotum going on here, chin bum. In fact, that's a great design. As I say, if you're a witch and you have powers, you wouldn't look like that, would you? That is intensely, severely scary music, that. You wanted to kill Elena Marcus. The American girl. Suspiria. But you guys knew that. But yeah, I do love the sculpt itself. It's quite spectacularly icky and in your face and nasty. You can imagine that leaning in. Come on, dearie. Hello? I've got an apple here for you. You wouldn't fucking go near that, would you? Jesus. And yet the idea is they become entrancing. They have this power over you. But you saw that. You're just going to, this fucking window licker here. Where's your carer? Go on, get back in your home. Get back in your box where you belong. You ain't going to fall for nothing from this, are you? But I do love this old arcane image of the witch. It's potent, it's powerful, it's embedded in our literature, our artwork, our sculptures, our movies, our culture. It is there, and it's across pretty much every culture around the world, having, you know, the witch, the warlock, the outsider that can use some kind of powers. It's made a pact. It's got this Faustian deal going on. But is it really happy? Looking like that, could you ever be happy? Now, if you look here at these studs, these sort of golden studs in the lobes here, now they look all right on the screen there, but to be honest, they're not that well coloured. Well, the delineation again is not that tight, so this is why this was exceptionally cheap, folks. This is what I'm saying, and I couldn't believe I was going to pick up a Ghoulish Productions mask for as cheaply as I found this, which was for £7. 7 of the Queen's English pounds. There was a couple of quid on the postage as well, but you know, even so, for a mask from Ghoulish that cheap, doesn't normally happen, that. And yet, so I think there are shortcomings. The paintwork could be better. It could be more sharply etched and delineated. But massively countermanding that is that the skin texture and the sculpt is absolutely incredible. It is. It is. Look at the angular nature. What you know of this? That, despite being stoved in, has not lost its shape. Its hook, beak-like shape to the nose there. All of these pustulent lumps and protuberances are all glistening and fully, you know, livid and lumpen. The eyes are not aligned. They're not, you know, symmetrical. One's kind of sloping up and a bit more, you know, padded and bulbous. The other one's a bit more arched. That's clearly what the design should be. I don't think that's a mistake of any kind of shipping, packaging error. But it's just the paintwork could be better. Don't know if you can see. It's not. It's a. I don't want to use the word sloppy. I don't think it's sloppy. It's just not as concise as it could be. It's still good. It's still good. And I still adore this really bizarre sort of a look and countenance. And I love this hood. When you turn it there, you go, oh yeah, it's definitely a witch's bonnet going on there. But like that, it's like, what is it? Some kind of First World War aviator? It's got like a flying cap on, you know? You see what I mean? Look at this. Yeah. Some sort of big old flying cap. But look at all this. Look at all this stuff that's going on. There's acres and acres of contrast, contours. Oh, absolute, you know, devastation wrought upon this face. Age and persecution. Loneliness has took its toll. Necromancy has bounced back and took the life force out of this creature. And it's got, you know, I like the fact that the ears are actually quite large, you know, because, you know, the things on your body that keep on growing throughout your life, because we all get a bit shorter as we get older, which, fucking hell, that would be a good thing for me. I will be Ant-Man, you know, by the time I'm 60, because I'm only a short arse to begin with. But your ears keep on growing, and doesn't your nose keep on growing? Yeah, that's always growing on. Anyway, enough of that. So yeah, the ears look like they have begun to extend and to grow, so I like that as well. So anyway, let's take all the bagging out, and let's see if maybe there is any kind of marking on the inside. And you know, yeah, obviously I could have prepared for this video and had a look before, but I didn't. So let's just see. I'm looking now for the first time on the inside to see if there's anything. and there is nothing. There's nothing. There's a lot of stainage, a lot of smudging of paint and latex, but there's no actual marks in there, no initials, no numbering, and no stamp for anything for Ghoulish Productions. And as I say, it does not say their name anywhere on the mask itself. But I think, there's no question about it, that looking at that countenance, that sculpt, that livid quality to it, that glisten to it, it's very obviously, a genuine Ghoulish Productions sculpt and mask. I'm going to try and put this on. It does look to me to be quite small and very tight, so fingers crossed I can get all this stuff in. Well, we'll see, won't we? Don't laugh. Well, it went on easy enough.
There's nothing to be afraid of. It's just little old me. Yes. Old Mrs. Kilty, who lives in the woods. Yes. And I've baked some lovely gingerbread. Please, come inside. Come in. Come in. It's lovely and warm in here. And it's going to get a lot warmer for you in my oven. Jesus Christ, I've creeped myself out there. Yeah. You imagine that, like you get some kind of like cowl or shawl. Oh.
What? Or like, your Halloween display. You got your pumpkins all set up, you got your Michael Myers stuff, Jason's hockey mask is there, and then sort of sitting in the corner you've got your little old hag witch. Can you see where the stoving in has occurred here? Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, shut up, Kilt-Man, and just stuff the bagging back in there. But you know what, I'm actually really liking it now. I was a little bit, when I opened it I thought, is that really what I expected? It's smaller and it's, I don't know, the paintwork didn't seem as good. If I'm banging on about the paintwork, folks, I am picking fault, because that's my job, for God's sake. I ain't getting no backhanders from anybody. I just say what I see. And I say what I like, and I like what I bloody well see. Alright, we've got a bit of a problem here, because I've shoved the bags back in the wrong way round. So that did get a bit of a pasting from old Mr. Posty. But there we go. Yeah, you can see it's kind of lost a bit of its shape. Let's just go side on. We'll go side on, and it works there. And those black eyes. Ooh. And this, kind of like some redneck yokel. Yeah. Okay, Bubba. Who's your favourite witch in movies? Who is it? Let me know. Mine is Meg Mucklebones from Legend, Ridley Scott's Legend, played by Robert Picardo. Robert Picardo from Star Trek, fucking whatever it was. After the original series, I wasn't asked about Star Trek, but I know he's in it. But he's also Eddie Quist in The Howling, one of the greatest werewolves in cinematic history. Big, 8 foot tall, huge. His transformation is electrifying, and he looks incredible. But he plays Meg Mucklebones, and Tom Cruise as Jack, woodland creature of the forest Jack, Is he wolfish? There's a feral nature to that kid. He encounters her, and of course she wants to eat him. And he's trying to, get around her by saying how pretty she is and all that. But Rob Bottin from The Thing designed, the costume for Meg Mucklebones, and oh my god, it's a monster, it's a creature, it's a witch, it's feminine, but it's also hideously green and warty and livid and scary. Oh my god. And Tom Cruise is like, do you intend to eat me, Miss Meg? Oh, indeed I do. Truly fantastic. If I can get a mask of that, you can get figures, but the price of these things is astronomical. But if you can get a mask of that, I've looked. Oh, indeed I have. And I can't find one. If any of you guys out there know of a mask of Meg Mucklebones, please, let me know, because I would dearly love to have that. It's the greatest looking witch ever. Genuinely a terrifying creature. But the old woman thing is in there, but she's obviously been living in a swamp for far too long. Whereas our friend here has been flying her biplane after World War One, and met the Red Baron and crashed into some swamps in Eastern Europe, and now plies her trade from her gingerbread house in the middle of the woods, telling stories of dogfighting in the skies, dogging in the woods. So, folks, there you go. This is Ghoulish Productions. Somebody out there can let me know, is this old, is this new? Because I genuinely don't know. I look at that label and I think, old! I do. And, there's stickers on that, as you can see there, which may be covering up a date that this was made. I don't know. I've had a cursory look at Ghoulish's website, and I can't find that. I can't find it at all. I can't find any pictures of this at all, other than where I got it from. So, I don't know. It's history, it's sculptor, it's designer. I know nothing. Can't give you anything about that at all. But if someone out there does know, please, comment below. Let me know. But there you go. Look at that. Look at that. It is a terrifically hideous old crone. And she clearly has got, depravity and sickness on her agenda. Sorry, as you can see, the nose has gone. It weren't like that before, was it? Let's see if I can try to reform this using some of my own necromantic abilities. Because I am the Whiskey Warlock. Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah, that looks better. That does look better. So folks, what do you think? I do think that the paintwork could be a bit better etched on these straggly grey strands of hair. I think these earrings, these ear studs could be better again. I think this is what marks it down slightly, but that said, that sculpt is exquisite. It is. Get the shape back into it. Get your costume sorted out, or get your mannequin sorted out, and man, you've got a witch. A witch is best. A witch is always best, isn't it? There you go. Well, let's have a look at the nostrils. There are holes in the nostrils, by the way, and there is no hole in the mouth at all. You are seeing through those, and you're seeing very well. You get the mask on. You saw it before. Vision is very good. So your own eyes poking out of that could add a hell of a lot of vitality and life to this thing. But even as I've got it there with these black eyes, the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes, it looks sensational. So, because it captures the gleam of any light and gives it this sort of satanic eminence of life and inner workings of depravity and darkness. So, there you go, folks. Let's all stick our tongues out and go witchy poo. There you go. From Ghoulish Productions Witch. Folks, take it easy. Be happy, be healthy. Keep it kilted, keep it Celtic! And I'm going to see you all later. Which is which? I don't know. That witch? That witch? Whichever. It don't matter.